We're going to surf more than California. We're going to ride this wave. And to capitalize on what he said, I mean, we're all just a bunch of ordinary people. We really are. But think of what a bunch of ordinary people, what extraordinary things they were able to accomplish. Our country was formed that way because a bunch of ordinary people had a common cause.
That's right.
And it starts in the school boards, the local politics, and everything like that. I used to be excited about federal politics. Never got involved in local politics at all. But now, I've got kids in the school system, and yes, they are in public schools. And now we have more control. Well, at least until the activist judge stepped in. But that's still coming quickly. So our next speaker is our very own State Treasurer, Kurt Schuller.
It's cold out here. Hey, before I get started, I want you all to give yourselves a big round of applause, because without you, without the grassroots, without what you did in the 2010 election, I wouldn't be standing here today. Scott Walker would not reside in the governor's mansion, and we would not be ground zero of the conservative movement in the United States. So give yourselves a hand. To paraphrase a former governor, this ruling against Act 10 must not, it shall not, and it will not stand. Yes. The Governor Doyle impression. Now, regarding judicial activism, I think it's important for you guys to know where it comes from. And doing a little research before I came here. By the way, did you know Monday was Constitution Day? Yeah. Marquette Law School had a forum. And one of the members at the forum wrote a little blog called "We Should Be Careful to Know What We're Sticking to When Sticking to the Constitution." So this will give you a glimpse into the thought process of a progressive when it comes to our Constitution. Yeah. So for the sake of brevity, his first point was, the text of the United States Constitution is more important as a symbol of our commitment to democratic government. What they would say representative republic, but democratic government, and the rule of law, than it is a source of answers to contemporary problems. Does anybody agree with that? Yes. I certainly don't. Number two, it gets worse, I'm sorry. The United States Constitution of 1787, 225 years old Monday, has lasted as long as it has because it is extremely brief and extremely vague. Do any of you think the Constitution is extremely vague? No. What part of those rights not granted to the federal government shall fall to the states and to the people is vague? I don't see anything vague about that. I'll continue. But you got to understand your adversary, the person that you're, debating with. You have to understand them if you're going to have any sort of success. These characteristics allowed it to be adapted to just about any position on any question, and has thus allowed significant changes to occur in the governmental structure of the United States without the need to alter the text of the Constitution. Had it been more specific and detailed, it would have been repealed and substantially amended a long time ago. Yeah. That's the mind of the progressives. So when you talk to judicial activists and speak of making laws from the bench, in their mind it's going from one ear to the other ear because they share that sentiment. That sentiment there, the reason I read it to you is because it pretty much crystallizes the feeling most liberal judges have when it comes to their duties. Okay, so what do we do about that? There is something we can do. We've started to do it. It's going to take a long time. What we have to do is, because judges are either appointed or elected. If they are appointed, they can only be removed through high crimes or misdemeanors, impeachment. If they're elected, they can only be removed by unelecting them. So it begins at that level. There's no law that the legislature can pass because we have three distinct branches of government, because I still believe in the Constitution. Whether I like what the branch of the judiciary in Madison is doing, the Constitution protects it. It's up to us to elect people who will appoint judges who do not want to make law from the bench. If you think we have chaos here in Madison, just imagine 4 more years of President Obama and a 5-4 liberal majority. You think we have chaos now? So why is that important? It's important that we make the phone calls that we made in 2010 and then again before the recalls. We have to get out there and support the candidates. Do you know that if Governor Tommy Thompson does not win the U.S. Senate race, our senators have veto power over judicial appointments? Did you know that? Yeah. So that's exceedingly important that we have 2 conservative senators and we have a chance. We cannot let that chance go by. We can't leave any stone unturned, any phone unrung, any door unknocked. We have to win the senator's seat, and we have to win the presidency. That is the only way you will begin to combat judicial activism. So it's going to be a sea change. It's going to take time. And I know we're conservatives and we have lives and we have jobs. Yep. But no thanks to Obama. If you want to see us continue down the path that you guys put us on, and I give you all the credit, then you're going to have to keep it up. And that's why I come and speak to grassroots rallies of anywhere from 20 to 200 to 2,000. Because I want to encourage you, I want to support you. I want you to know that I'm thinking about you constantly and how I can help. So with that, go out, make the phone calls, knock on the doors, do everything you can to get government officials who feel the same way as you, and eventually we'll put an end to this judicial activism. Thank you very much.